look, I am getting a whole lot of people, Oliver, saying I want to hear the speech. So I'm wondering if you've got a copy of it there, and I'm happy to make the time here on the platform. We've got a good phone line here. If you would like to deliver the speech that you were not allowed to deliver at your school on Tuesday, because some teachers found it, and I'm going to be honest, having read it, politically probably incorrect or uncomfortable. Would you be happy to read it?
I'd be very happy. It's about 5 minutes, if that's okay.
That's all right. We got time. I'm the boss. What's it entitled, Oliver?
Just the decline of Western civilization.
Okay, folks, strap in, listen in. This is Oliver Jull from New Plymouth Boys High School with his speech, The Decline of Western Civilization.
Western civilization is crumbling before our very eyes, yet so few dare to acknowledge it. This daunting reality is not a sudden occurrence, but a mixture of complex issues that have been festering for decades. The symptoms of this decline are evident in many aspects of today's society, including the erosion of traditional values, the decline of religion, and the impacts of multiculturalism and mass immigration. To truly grasp the gravity of our situation, we must turn to the insights of Oswald Spengler, a German philosopher and historian who foresaw this trajectory over a century ago. In Spengler's seminal work, The Decline of the West, he writes about how every great civilization goes through a life cycle of growth, peak, and inevitable decline. According to Spengler, civilizations begin as a race, evolve into a culture, and ultimately end as a civilization. He saw the final civilization phase as marking the decline of a society, the end of an era. He symbolized the stages of Western culture with the seasons of the year. It had its spring growth in medieval times, its summer of flourishing with the Renaissance, its autumn time in the 18th century when it began to exhaust its inner possibilities. And now we are in the winter of decline. One of the most blatant symptoms of this decline is the erosion of traditional values. Traditional values such as the roles of men as providers and protectors and women as nurturers and caregivers have historically formed the bedrock of Western society. These roles, rooted in biological differences and social needs, provided a clear structure and support system within families and communities. However, the modern emphasis on individualism, gender equality, and feminism has led to the deconstruction of these roles, resulting in confusion and instability. Men increasingly disengage from their traditional roles, leading to children being raised in predominantly feminine environments which lack balance. Research from the US Department of Health has shown that children without a masculine role model to guide them are significantly more likely to face poverty, be involved in substance abuse, drop out of school, and suffer from mental health issues. The pressure on women to balance career and family life has also resulted in significant stress and burnout, with 66% of working mothers reporting chronic stress, according to a 2021 study by the American Psychological Association. Religion once served as the glue that held society together, providing a common set of beliefs, values, and traditions that unified communities and facilitated agreements. However, the rise of secularism has led to a significant decline in religious adherence. Churches that were once central to community life now stand empty. In the United Kingdom, 52% of people identified with no religion in 2018, a staggering shift for a historically devout nation. The absence of religion has serious effects on society, leading to higher rates of depression, anxiety, and a general sense of aimlessness. According to a study by the Pew Research Center, individuals who do not identify with any religion are significantly more likely to report feelings of loneliness and social isolation. Oswald Spengler warned of this very occurrence, stating, "When faith wanes, so does the strength of the culture. The decay of the spiritual core marks the beginning of the end for a civilization." Mass immigration, and multiculturalism have disrupted the very fabric of Western societies. While diversity is often touted as enriching, the unchecked influx of immigrants has brought numerous challenges. In many Western nations, mass immigration has disrupted cultural continuity, increased violent crime, and undermined shared values. For example, according to German news source Deutsche Welle, nearly 50% of all crimes in Germany are being committed by non-German passport holders. The mixing of religions and traditions from various cultures has led to cultural clashes and a dilution of long-standing customs. Instead of fostering integration, we see the emergence of parallel societies with conflicting values and loyalties. This fragmentation disrupts the development of Western culture and weakens the sense of unity and national identity essential for a stable and prosperous society. In the UK, a 2016 report by the government's Community Cohesion Review found that in areas with high immigration, only 24% of residents felt a sense of community, compared to 64% in areas with low immigration. This situation is extremely reminiscent of the Western Roman Empire, which struggled to maintain its historic cultural identity amidst a vast influx of diverse peoples and customs. Historian Ammianus Marcellinus documented how the mass immigration of various tribes led to internal strife and weakened the Roman state's ability to maintain order and unity. Spengler warned that the loss of a clear cultural identity and the rise of internal divisions are signs of a civilization in decline. As we stand at this critical point, it is essential to see the numerous issues combining to weaken Western civilization. The erosion of traditional values, the decline of religion, and the impacts of mass immigration and multiculturalism are all connected. These problems are tearing at the fabric of our society, leaving us divided and distracted. We're so busy fighting among ourselves that we don't see the bigger picture or challenge those who benefit from our divisions. Winston Churchill once said, "The farther backward you can look, the farther forward you are likely to see." By looking at our history and the patterns of past civilizations, we can find a way to face these issues directly. Oswald Spengler's insights remind us that the decline we face is not unprecedented, and recognizing these patterns is the first step towards reversing them. It's time to bring back the values that made us strong and made us united, so we can rebuild and protect our society and culture for future generations.
Bloody well said, Oliver, Jull. That was an absolute pleasure to listen to, and I'm sorry that you did not get to read that speech at the finals of the New Plymouth Boys High School speech competitions. I'd have to say, Oliver, I might not agree with everything you said. Part of it is contentious, part of it might be confronting to some people, but it was delivered with logic and clearly and concisely. And it is a discussion of issues that concern many people today. So could I just say I'm very impressed that as a 15-year-old, you can put together a presentation like that. And if I was in a position to give you a school prize for a speech competition, I would.
Thank you very much, Sean. I appreciate it.